My 21F cousin, 14F, will be moving in with my family and sharing a room with me. How can I make this transition easy and smooth for both of us? I'm on mobile, so sorry for any formatting issues or weird autocorrect typos. TW, childhood sexual abuse, drug use, probably more. This one is rough. Backstory for my cousin, because it is all important in my opinion. Her mom died from a lung-related disease when she was 9, and her life very quickly, I would say, went downhill from there. Mostly cause her father, my uncle, is an absolute scumbag that had no business raising children. I shit you not, on the way home from her mom's funeral he lit a bong, one of those pipe-looking things. I don't smoke the weed. Handed it to her and had her hit it because it'll help with the pain. I was present for this, but please don't judge me too harshly for not reporting that at the time. I was a kid myself and had my hands full with my own shit explained below, and didn't fully understand how wrong that was. Clearly starting off great. Fast forward to last year, she's still smoking weed. They have 2 terribly cared for dogs. She's the one taking care of them and the house. Her dad does not work and they're living purely on her social security from her mom passing, most of which, from what I understand, is spent on weed, not rent, food and other necessities. Insert some random 20-something-year-old and they start dating. This sent up all the red flags for me, and I tried a few times to talk to her about it, but kids that age don't listen, and we didn't have a great relationship. In June she ran away with this guy from her sister's house. They found her and she was put in a group home. He got out from there. She escaped, and took off with that guy again. She was missing for about 6 weeks before they found them both down in Florida after a traffic stop. We live in Pennsylvania. She was put in a mental health / group home sort of deal, and she's still there. During this time we learned a lot about what was going on at her home. Turns out, along with myself, my 2 sisters, and my aunt, she was also molested repeatedly by our paternal grandfather, now deceased. My sisters and I never spoke up about the abuse, probably because we didn't think anyone would believe us. On top of this, her relationship with this 20-year-old was sexual, and the whole time she was on the run she was also on meth. Obviously this is a lot for a girl her age to have gone through, but she is worlds better after getting the help she desperately needed. It was slow running at first, but she really put her nose to the grindstone and actually opening up and actively participating once she learned she wouldn't be going back to her dad's house and was instead coming to live with us. So now she's due to get out probably around the beginning of March. A caseworker with children and youth have given her and us the all good, so it's down to a court date. So that all out of the way, why I'm here asking for advice. Our house is 2 stories plus a nice finished attic. My room and what is going to be my cousin's room is in the attic. Our rooms are directly connected in that as soon as you come up the attic stairs you are in my bedroom, and her room is off to the right. So she has to walk through my room to get to hers. I don't mind this at all, and her room has a door, while mine is quite a bit larger and has space to entertain friends as well as craft, which she's really gotten into while in the group home, so hopefully she enjoys that. I want to make sure that we can respectfully share a space and that I'm the most helpful I can be to her with this process she's going through right now. I'm worried about trying to be helpful but maybe overstepping my bounds. Like, should I be chill and act like nothing's happened and let her come to me? Man, teenage girls are confusing. I don't know how I did it, but I could seriously use some advice to prepare myself for this. Sorry for the long rant. TL, Dr. My cousin, who has experienced a lot of trauma and fucked up situations in her time, is moving in with my family and sharing a room with me. How can I make this situation smooth for both of us and help her with this transition / moving forward? Edit to add, first thank you to all those who've commented, but to address some common comments. Due to how my room is set up, there really isn't any way for my bed to have privacy. It's fine though, I'm the oldest of 4 girls and did ballet growing up. I'm quite used to not having privacy / changing in front of other people. I really doubt my sleep will be changed much either, as I sleep like a rock, so it would be pretty hard to wake me while she's doing her school work. As for valuables, I don't really have any unless you count my crafting supplies, which she's welcome to use. And as part of her home plan for leaving the group home, my parents and I have to come up with a home contract where we set rules and expectations for the house and consequences for if those rules are broken. I'm solely in charge of the set of rules for the bedroom since it's on my floor of the house. I run a branch of a non-profit that transforms the rooms of children that have faced sexual and physical abuse, and we've created safe, healing spaces for kiddos just like your cousin. She's so young, and is still a child, regardless of her life experiences, and will most likely be craving the type of life the majority of 14-year-olds have. She'll probably fight it, but, being consistent with her will move mountains. My advice is to do your best to find her likes, colors, activities, music, TV shows/movies, and personalize her space with those things. Add something with her name, so it is her room, and she feels like she's wanted, and that you're all happy to have her there. Add items that are good for sensory/stress relief, like Zen gardens, journals, fountains, calm lighting, squishy balls, fidget spinners, etc. You asking for advice means she's already coming into a situation she's wanted and loved, and I wish you and your family all the best. I don't want to be pessimistic, but I would also hide your valuables for a while just as she is settling in, because you do not know how she will respond, and it would be upsetting if she sold your stuff. But other than that, the mirroring should help. Best of luck. Honestly, I think you being there for her will do her a world of good. Let her know that you're happy to have her, that you're on her side, and you are here if she ever wants to talk about anything. Honestly, do fun things with her. Going through shit like that definitely take the fun/magic out of one's childhood, but it's not too late to experience that. Sports, art and music can be great outlets to channel one's energy productively. Best of luck. She's really picked up art and songwriting while in the group home, so I think she'll enjoy the many crafts she has access to in my room. Lol. Just as well I extended an invite to her for my D&D campaign, as an extra outlet and in my thinking more positive experiences with people, not drugs, while allowing her to be creative. Since I do not know how she is as a person, I would say try to mirror her behavior. If she is being open with you, let her. But if she wants to move forward and act as if nothing had happened, then go along with it. I would say try not to push her, but at the same time include her for small activities, like while going grocery shopping. Once you guys get closer, then perhaps you can begin to discuss boundaries. I hope everything goes well. I work third shift and sleep during what is generally considered first. So I'm not sure during the winter months how much we'll really be getting out of the house other than walking my up. But those are good ideas. I don't think you need advice. You are already thinking along the right lines, so why not just ask your cousin the questions you are asking on Reddit? My dad is dying and my sisters have no idea. My dad is dying. He has a mass in his brain and kept it a secret for the past year. He's currently working halfway across the globe and we're not able to see him. The only reason I found out is because suddenly he was supportive of me studying music. I knew something was wrong instantly and kept pressing my mom until she told me. My siblings have no idea and she made me swear not to tell them, so I'm just crying alone. My dad wasn't the greatest parent, but I'm still very heartbroken. I feel like we wasted so much time not getting along and now he could die any minute without seeing him. We're unable to enter the country he's in due to COVID and I'm torn between honoring his wishes and keeping it a secret or telling my sisters. Edit. My dad has no idea, I know, so it's not an option talking to him because he'd fight with my mom for telling me. Personally, I would tell your sisters. They will find out that you knew, and when they do, they will never forgive you for taking away their chance to make amends with their father before he passes. I've had people honor wishes like that. I'm still angry at them almost a decade later. Tell your sisters. This situation depends on ages. If they are a lot younger, I can sort of understand the need to keep them in dark. However, I am in a similar situation with my mom. Cancer is back. I know. She thinks she's doing the right thing by suffering in silence, but she's always had a martyr complex. I had to insist she tell my sisters because if only one of us knows, she's actually doing us all an incredible disservice and setting us up for a huge rift. There will likely be huge resentment towards you for knowing and not telling until the end, or finding out after the fact. Your parents think they are doing your sisters a kindness, but they are really doing you harm. They could permanently damage your relationship to your sisters. Is that really what they want your dad's legacy to be? A torn and divided family? They're the youngest, my sisters are all much older than me, over the age of 28. r/grief support has resources in the sidebar. Heart. You need to convince your mum to let you tell your sisters. It will be a lot harder for them to come to terms with it if it just happens and everyone but them knows. They will feel betrayed. If you don't talk your mum into it, she will feel betrayed. If you don't get mum on board, she won't forgive you. While she gets to be with him, she is living in it, and without her on board you will cause the situation to be worse for her, and make her feel more isolated when they do find out and obviously get angry with her. For you all to be able to grieve together later on, your sisters need to come to terms with it now. But if it's not a mum and dad want me to talk to you about, then you are essentially going to be throwing her to the wolves whilst she is also grieving. I, 31 NB, feel like major dick for judging the fuck out of my best friend, 34M, for dating very young women. One of my best friends, 34M, seems to only date people much younger than him, and it bothers me, 31. NB. These girls have all been of age, but him dating them still creeps me out. 5 years ago, it was a 19-year-old. Now it's a 20-year-old. Worse yet, they started dating when she was 18 and he was 32. I don't know what the fuck kind of business a 32-year-old has pursuing someone fresh out of high school. It fucking bothers me. I don't know why he just can't date people closer to his age. I've been judging the fuck out of him, and I worry mutual friends think I need to calm down over it, that it's not risking a friendship over. I've honestly lost respect for him. He means a lot to me. He's one of the most important people in my life. I just think he's a bit of a creep, and I don't want other people thinking I support his consistent pursuit of barely legal women. Do I need to calm the fuck down? I've been judging the fuck out of him, and mutual friends think I need to calm down over it. They're wrong. You're right. It's creepy as hell. I don't know why you're staying friends with someone you disagree with so strongly though. Do I cut him off or calm the fuck down? Cut him out. Zero chance those are healthy relationships, especially given that it's one young girl after another. He's taking advantage of them. Yeah, I can't hang with someone who's eagerly awaiting for someone's 18th birthday in order to date them legally, lol. God, anyone remember the creepy news hype over the Olsen twins turning 18? Your friend is on that level. Can't tell you whether to cut him off or not, but he is a creep for chasing the barely legal crowd. Is he generally so immature he fits in better with people that age? That might mitigate the creep factor a bit. He's the most immature adult I know. People's actions tell you a lot about who they are. What does him dating people barely out of childhood tell you? It tells me that he is a manipulative creep who sees youth/women as his trophy and likes to think he's winning. Or that he's such an immature loser that no one his age will have him, and he needs to rely on the naivety of young girls for company. There is great potential for abuse in these relationships, and him engaging with such young girls who are just figuring life out is disturbing. This would be a deal breaker to me in a friendship tbh. I don't think you need to calm down. I think you need to trust your gut/yourself and cut him off.